Hi guys, in Britain you can join the military at the age of 16. You can actually start your application at 15 years and 7 months. When it comes to employment, you can work part-time from the age of 13, but must be 16 in order to be paid through the PAYE scheme. So this brings us to the natural Tory resistance to allowing 16 and 17-year-olds the chance to vote. Here a guy called Matthew phoned into LBC to say that he isn't just against the idea of extending the right to vote to those under 18, he wants to raise the age.
Hello.
What do you think of this idea then?
Well, I think it's a moment in time where I find myself agreeing with Alistair Campbell in some ways that we do need more education and more understanding of how politics works.
Yeah.
Agree with that. But I think that giving the vote to people under 18 is not the best idea. And I base that on science. I mean, look at MRIs done of 16-year-old brains compared to 25-year-old brains. Brain structure changes completely. Your personality changes. I think you're...
So would you apply that also to people who are older? Because your brain structure changes as you get older. There are people who are in their 70s and in their 80s who are able to vote, and maybe they wouldn't be able to pass a test to drive a car or to work. So should we actually cut off, when people retire, they're no longer allowed to vote because they're no longer able to work in society? Maybe this is, I don't know if this guy would agree with this argument.
The old adage that if you're not a socialist by 20, you have no heart. If you're not a conservative by 30, you have no brain. That holds true. People change. I was 17 once. I was very much into politics.
Yeah.
I wasn't, I wasn't fully decided. But I think we have a lot of time to mature. We live a lot longer. I think the voting age should go up. It should go up to 21.
Do you? Really?
Yeah, we have so much on our plates going through adolescence.
I think you're swimming against the tide on that.
Well, I know, but this is it. Well, people are swimming against the tide saying that age should go down. I mean, why? Granted, 21 is an arbitrary age, but it's this globally recognised age of proper adulthood, proper responsibility.
Then why are people allowed to work from the age of 16 or even 13? Why is it if you want to join the military, you have to be at least 15 or 16? So it's okay to join the military. It's okay for somebody to be paying tax at the age of 16, but they shouldn't be allowed to vote. They shouldn't be able to vote for somebody who represents their interests. So you're happy to take tax from them, but you're not allowing them the right to vote. Wow, what a wonderful Democrat this guy is.
Let's put the age up. And let's make voting more of a cherished part of adulthood, something to be cherished and engaged with. The level of political engagement in this country isn't where it needs to be. The number of the percentage of people who actually come out to vote is okay, but it could be better. And I think people who are young and want to be politically engaged have never had more information at their fingertips or more opportunity to have their voices heard on social media. But I don't think giving them the vote at a younger age is a good idea because it's obviously partisan, obviously skews left. But moreover, let's change the age and move it up.
So instead of actually reaching out to young people and providing them with policies or legislation that would actually encourage them to vote for your party, this guy is obviously a Tory or certainly on the right. Instead of actually reaching out to young people, trying to provide them with a reason for them to vote for you, no, your answer is let's make it more difficult for them to vote. Let's disenfranchise more and more young people. And his response here, well, they can go on social media and express their opinion. What the Go on social media and express your opinion. How does that change their lives? How does that change government? You know, we're supposed to live in a democracy where we vote for members of parliament, we vote for our representatives. This guy wants to go in the opposite direction of that. He wants to make it more difficult for people to vote. I'm sure he's somebody who supports voter ID. But if we apply his logic here, well, then we'd have to also have a maximum voting age. Because as he said, you know, the brain is not developed or the brain changes over time. Well, as people get older, their brain changes as well. Maybe people with age-related illnesses, should they be denied the right to vote as well? Do we have a cut-off period there? Do they have to do a test? This is nonsensical. This is about the Tories defending their smaller and smaller voting bloc. They understand that the young generation have been thrown under a bus by successive Tory governments over the last number of years. And instead of actually making life better for younger people, they decide, no, we'll just make it more difficult for them to vote. Pathetic. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.